read some of this police report. Just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Smitty, man, All the Smoke TV. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel if you new, and hit that notification bell so y'all can get this content as soon as it drop. I got to give a shout out, man, to $1 Million Worth of Game. They just dropped the premiere, the interview with Mike Prince, Jay Prince, and Jay Prince Jr. Jay Prince, man, he brought paperwork with him. He seemed real upset that it's a rat, and the rat got his son's name in his mouth, man. Migo Bands, a.k.a. Willie Bland, excuse me, a.k.a. Willie Bland, man. He's a rat. So Jay Prince got the paperwork. He came out and he stated that he saw Little Cam and another person with a firearm in their hand. He thought that Little Cam, a.k.a. Cameron Joshua, was going to pull out a weapon and was going to try to rob Quavo.
Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Migo Bands then turned around and hit Little Cam in the head with the gun. Now we know who threw the first punch. Everybody was wondering when we heard that punch, if Quavo got hit. We all thought that Migo Bands might have been the person that got hit, but now we all know Migo Bands hit Little Cam in the face with his firearm. He then went on to say that, why would these guys try to rob you? Why would we try to rob you if we put a gun in your hand?
Now listen at that. Now, Quavo, as I stated, is Jazz's brother. So of course, Jazz don't mind making sure, the homie got some heat, because we understand that what goes on, right? But now you got this clown, and I don't know how it ended up in his hand, but it ended up in his hand. This clown is saying somebody want to rob him that gave him a gun. Why would you give a man a gun and try to rob him? You know what I mean? This shit just don't add up and make sense, man.
Because Migo Band stated in the paperwork that Jazz Prince gave him a gun for protection for that night.
This when he put my son's name in his mouth.
From right here, a large black male with the victim's group later identified as Willie Bland is seen either striking or...
No. Let's go to Paul where he say who gave him a gun and all that kind of stuff.
Willie Bland further stated he initially obtained the gun that he discharged from Jazz Prince, who was hosting the group, including Willie Takeoff and Quavo, while they visited Houston. Willie stated that he had asked Jazz for a gun, and Jazz provided him with one that was in the truck.
He asked Jazz to use a gun or to hold down a gun so he could protect himself that night, and Jazz Prince gave him one. So he's basically saying if somebody from Mob Ties gave you a weapon to protect yourself, why would somebody from Mob Ties or affiliated with Mob Ties try to rob you knowing that you have a firearm? And all he did by saying that really is, I believe he's helping DJ Pat right now, man. DJ Pat is finna try to throw all this off on Migo Bands. Who was the only one we saw with a gun out in the video? Migo Bands. Now we know Migo Bands threw the first punch or swung the first gun and hit somebody in the head with it. So it's going to look like Migo Bands, a.k.a. Willie Bland, was the aggressor. He hit somebody in the head with a gun and all hell broke loose and everybody starts shooting. That's going to be Patrick Clark's self-defense claim right there, man. I bet y'all any money. And if that's the case, he's going to walk free from this case. So I want everybody to be ready, man. Jay Prince just basically laid out the blueprint for Patrick Clark to beat his case, man.